Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 53 minus 24. What we do in a number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper, no pencil to try to solve an expression, and then we look at all the different strategies we could have used to figure it out. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and do that. Pause the video, work out 53 minus 24 in your head. When you have the solution, unpause the video, and we'll look at all of our different strategies together. So the first thing that we can do is we can use the strategy adding up. And what we do with adding up is we take our second term, and that is called our subtrahend. It's got a fancy name. And we're going to start with that. And we want to take little jumps. And we want to get all the way up here, which also has a fancy name. This big number is called the minuend. And so we want to get from 24 up to 53. We're going to add up in chunks. So first let's get up to our next 10. So if we add 6 to 24, we're going to get to 30. Then we're going to take a big jump here. Let's get to the closest 10 we can get to without going over 53, and that's going to be 50. If I were to go 10 more, that's 60. That's too big. So that's going to be a jump of 20, because 30, 40, 50. There you go. That's a difference of 20 there. And then a little tiny jump of 3. So if we add all this together, we've got a 6 and a 20. That's 26. Add 3 more, 29. So hopefully that's the difference you came up with when you subtracted these two in your head. We can also use a strategy called compensation. And so what we do is we take just our normal subtraction and we look at our subtrahend, remember our second number, and we get it up to the next 10. So we already done that. That's a plus 6. So we're going to do 53 minus 30, just because look how much easier this is. When we have a 0 in the ones place in our subtrahend, then we don't have to worry about any type of regrouping. We're really just looking at the tens place. So 53 minus 30, that's going to be 23. But then we have to come back here. We remember we changed our subtrahend. We actually increased it by 6, which means we took 6 away extra that we shouldn't have. We got to give those 6 back. So we're going to add 6 again to kind of even things out, and that gets us back to our difference of 29. Now, we can also count back, and what we do is we start with our big number. Remember, we're going to start with our minuend here. That's what it's called, and it's the opposite of adding up. We're just going to go backwards until we get down to our subtrahend, and that's going to be our goal. And let's just take jumps of, we'll start with little jumps, get it to the next 10. That's going to be a minus 3. Instead of a big jump, let's just do jumps of 10. So let's go 40 minus 10. Let's go 30 minus 10. And that's all we can go by 10. So now we need a smaller jump of, let's get down to 24. That's going to be a minus 6. So if we do 3 and 10, that's 13, 23, and then add 6. There's my 29 once again. Another strategy that's similar to compensation is going to be constant difference. So we start with our subtrahend. We think how far away is it from the next 10? Well, that's a plus 6, just like we did with compensation. Here's the difference. We take the same plus 6 and we go ahead and do the same thing to our minuend. Watch what happens here. So we have a brand new problem. 59 minus 30. But it's a balanced expression because we added 6 to both terms, minuend and subtrahend. And guess what? The difference between 53 and 24 is the exact same between the distance between 59 and 30 because I added 6 to both terms. Look how much easier this is though. 59 minus 30. That's just 29. No regrouping necessary because I got my ones digit in my subtrahend to a 0. So those are all the ways that I can think of to subtract 53 minus 24. If you can come up with another way, that is wonderful. Go ahead and add that as a comment on the video. Teachers, if you would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.